man. Let's see what we got here. All right. Oh, that. Oh, that ain't supposed to happen. Okay. Check. Is this thing on? Okay. All right. Yeah, I got a big mouth as it is, so I may not even need this thing. Hey, man. Hey, man. I'm glad the old man's dead today, and we're all new creations. Amen. Now and then an old friend of mine I've not seen for some time will stop by and ask me, where you been? What's on your mind? They wonder why I'm not drinking, still paint this old town red. I tell them I'm serving Jesus now, and the old man is dead. The man you see before you may look a lot the same, may wear the same old clothes, may have the same old name. You're looking on the outside, if you could see inside, you would see a brand new man, 'cause the old man is dead. I used to live such a wicked life, had no hope inside. I was lost in the darkness, just searching for the light. And then one night at a little church, after hearing what the preacher man said, I gave my life to Jesus, and the old man is dead. The man you see before you may look a lot the same, may wear the same old clothes, still have the same old name. You're looking on the outside, you could see inside, you'd see a brand new man, 'cause the old man is dead.
Just so you know, we live streamed that one. I told him we wasn't live streaming it because we can't other songs for copyright reasons, but we can live stream that. So, congratulations, buddy. Matthew Bailey, everybody. All right. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to Celebrate Recovery. How's everybody doing tonight? Good. What did you think about the praise and worship? One more time for the Women's Second Chance and Matthew Bailey. It takes a lot to get up here and do that, just so you know. So if anybody else wants to do it, just holler at me. I guarantee nobody's going to. So. Takes some courage to get up on stage and sing in front of people. Marcy wants to sing. Come on up, Marcy. Clap for her, everybody. Marcy, come on up. No? No? Okay, never mind. Maybe next week. I don't know. All right, so we have a lovely, wonderful evening this evening. Can anybody tell me why? Jesse Cavett speaking. Put that applause sign up there. Boom! Well, I love that man. He deserves that applause sign. One more time, applause sign real quick. Boom! Jesse Cavett, everybody. He's the guy in the back with the headset. Looks like a Backstreet man. I didn't want to call him a boy, you know what I mean? All right, so thank you. I'll take it. All right, so I hurt my elbow this week at work. It's bad, too. I don't know if you can see it. It's bad. I don't even like looking at it. God! Huh? I wasn't back talking Megan. She does beat me. I can't help it. I'm just kidding. She doesn't. But it did hurt. It hurts pretty bad. I can barely hold this microphone up. So, no, I said, did I walk a righteous path? Is what I said. It hurts, man. It's not bleeding. It just hurts. Grown men can hurt. You know what I mean? Tell me I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Boopy, tell me I'm wrong. Boopy's going to get hurt tonight if he ain't careful. I know that. He set me up for failure. I ain't going to tell you why, but God, I thought I was going to die. But anyways, I'm going to continue on. Yeah, I'm about to thank people. No, I'm good. You know they actually make that stuff, and they sell it at the dollar store for children. They do, I swear. All right, so let's thank some people for this lovely food we ate. Marcy. Good job, Ryan. Vanessa. Brittany. Amy. Sharon Phillips. Somebody marked out Sherry and put Sharon. I'm just kidding. She told me to call you Sharon. I'm sorry. Please don't flat my tires or nothing. They're brand new, so don't. So just so you know, if you ever want me to say something about somebody, come on up or let me know before we start, and I will do it because I really don't care. All right? All right, Mr. Sean, wherever he's at. There he is. And Larry. Where's Larry? Oh, Larry. All right, thank you guys for everything you do every week for a long time, so we appreciate it. Vanessa's holding up. Everybody hold up a heart real quick. All right. Vanessa was holding up one, so I was getting her. Oh. Get with the program, Donald. Your generation don't know what that means. Are you too old for the holding up a heart? No. If you do, put your thumb out. You know what I mean? All right. Okay. Whoa. I'm not ready yet. All right, Donnie Dover, come on up. He's going to give out chips. Donnie Dover, everybody.
Any first timers? All right, we got 1 month. If you can't put that together, we need to go into. We're gonna have some classes. 60 days. you go, Donald. 2 months. Yeah. As long as it ain't 11:29. Is that still 2 months? Okay. 4 months. 5 months. 6 months. 7 months. 'You can really see where people's heart is if you play dumb sometime. That's a reality. 8 months. 9 months. Then you can pretend like you're smart and really ain't. So 10 months. I'm about to start preaching. 11 months.
Here we go.
12 months. Somebody put him up for me. 18 months. 2 years. 3 years. 4 years. Multiple years for Donald Jenkins. It is. 5 years. Not only is he 5 years clean, but I think it's safe to say he's stepping into his calling for God and serving him diligently. Thank you, brother. Love you.
All right, everybody who got a chip, come on back up and get your picture taken real quick. Oh, sorry. Congratulations to everybody who got a chip. Put that applause thing up there one more time. Does anybody have any duct tape? or a muzzle or something. Ryan, bring it up here real quick. He's got some duct tape. No, congratulations, everybody. Congratulations to Jesse Cavett on 5 years. Is that not awesome? I didn't. 10 years ago, I never thought I would be up here saying that about Jesse. 10 years ago, to be honest, I didn't even know if me or him would be alive, you know. But we are. But God. But we are, and we're here. And I mean, I was telling Jackie earlier. She was like, "You got to have all these stories," and I do have stories about Jesse Cavett, but I really can't share them with you guys here at Celebrate Recovery. You know what I mean? I really can. I'd love to. If it's one-on-one afterwards, just come holler at me and I'll tell you some of the stories, but we can't do it inside this building. Exactly. But I can tell you some good things about that man. If you want to see transformation, what God can do, I mean, look at him. That's it right there, you know. Whatever floats your boat. I'm telling you, you're getting hurt tonight, bro. You better chill. That's 2 on you right there. But I mean, he really is. This is what happens when you have faith and obedience. You know, faith and obedience. Just a little bit of faith, a lot of obedience, because ain't nobody more obedient to God that I know than Jesse Cavett. You know, and he does so freaking much. Like, he has a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job. He has a 24-hour, 9-day-a-week job. I know that only makes sense, but that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get the point across to you guys. He never gets a break. Never gets a break. And people tell the guys in the JCAP all the time, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." People tell the women's second chance ladies, "Oh, I'm so proud of you." Nobody hardly ever tells Jesse they're proud of him, you know, because he's in a position, he's in a position of authority, and he is, but he deserves that. Way more than we do. Way more than we do. What? I know he don't feel that way. He would never feel that way. He don't feel no better than us. And I mean, nobody's better than anybody, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Jesse is a great man. He's a great man. I wish I was as good as Jesse Cavett, you know. Every day I wish that, because it don't matter what anybody in the program needs or anybody out of the program needs. If Jesse can help you, he's going to help you. If you ask for it or if you don't. You know, nothing bad comes from that man, you know. Everything that comes from that man is good. Well, let me take that back. Sometimes you got to do this when you walk by him, and that sucks. Sorry for saying that word. Vanessa's looking at me like, "Joey, I'm going to kill you." Okay, all right. All right, but anyways, I love you, Jesse. I love you. From the bottom of my heart and soul, I love you. You've always been there for me. You helped me get to where I am at today, and most of us in here, and we appreciate it, and we're proud of you. I'm proud of you. Does everybody tell Jesse you're proud of him? And don't just do it because I asked you to. Do it because you want to at other times, because he deserves that, you know. All right, so without further ado, one of the best men I know, Jesse Cavett.
Love you. Well, everybody knows I'm usually loud and talk a lot, but every time I get up on this stage, nerves go out the window. The guys in JCAP know me. They know I like a lot of quotes, but I want to do a quote before I do my testimony. The only man you need to try to be better than is the one you was yesterday. I'm going to start my testimony from whenever I was real young. I was born in Ohio. Whenever I was about 5 or 6 years old, my mom and dad moved to Newport, Tennessee. About a year after we got to Newport, my dad decided that Tennessee life wasn't for him or family life wasn't for him. So my mom left her and 5 kids in Tennessee and went up to Ohio. My mom, she done the best that she could, but she was real poor, and I first got into the system whenever I was about 7 years old. From about age 7 till I was 17, I was sent to 2 foster homes, 2 group homes, emergency shelter 4 times, and 2 lockups. The first group home I was in, my mom done everything the courts ordered her to do, and she had a scheduled date for me to move back in with her. I scheduled to move back in with her December the 20th. My mother died December the 16th, 4 days before I was supposed to move back in with her. And I was a mama's boy, so that just crushed me. From then on, I started drinking. I started smoking pot with my friends at 13. Got in a lot of trouble, always fighting. Whenever I turned 19, I wanted out of Newport. So I done the quickest way I know. I joined the Army. But whenever you're single in the Army, there's only one thing you can do whenever you're off, and that's drink or go to parties. So I started drinking real bad, became a real bad alcoholic, got introduced to LSD, shrooms. Stayed in the Army for 3 years. After I got out of the Army, I moved back to Newport. I met the person that currently my wife right now. We had 3 kids. And from the reason why I married her, I didn't marry her for the real reasons. I was taught that if you get somebody pregnant, you take care of it. So that's why I married her. I loved her, but I was never in love with her. We got kids. I drank real bad. She started doing pills. Then I started doing her pills. So I went from drinking to pills, went from hydros to Roxy's to Opanas to meth. And meth is the evilest drug on the face of this planet. Me and her split up. 10 years before I got sober, I spent 7 of those 10 years in the Cocke County Jail. In and out of jail 2 years at a time, 7 months at a time. December the 20th of 2025, I finally got a bed at True Purpose. Dan Williams took me to True Purpose. And the very last words he said to me was, "Jesse, this ain't jail." Because the drugs are easy to get off of, but the jailhouse mentality, that's one of the hardest things you can get out of a man. I went in there thinking I was going to get them before they got me. About 3 months after you get there, you get to go on a home pass. Well, the Friday before, I was just having a bad day. And somebody that I didn't really like, that's one of my best friends now, he just done something petty, and I called him every name under the book trying to get him to fight me. He wouldn't fight me. He said, "No, Jesse." We went home. I went on my home pass. I come back whenever you was at True Purpose. First thing you done was sit you back down in the kitchen, went and take a drug test, then you go back into the day room. Well, as soon as I went in that day room, the same person that I was trying to fight that I hated came up to me and sincerely hugged me and said, "I'm glad you were back. I missed you." And that just crushed me because the stuff I said to him, that night I went to bed and I prayed. Whenever I was praying, I was begging God just to give me a little piece of what he had. Little piece of that piece. Well, the Lord started working on me. There's a song that I love. It's called "Where I Found God." You ain't necessarily got to find God in a church. I was sitting in the corner of a go-kart track. And something just came all over me. The Lord, when you ever watch a movie, whenever somebody's flipping out, how they smack you to get you back, it's like God smacked me and said, "Jesse, it's enough." From that point on, I started staying in my Bible more. And after a while, RG and Chip made me the maintenance man and the mechanic. I'd done that for a while. About 9 months after I was at the program, they moved me to the construction team, and I drove the Bobcat. And the Bobcat driver was the leader of the group. And no matter if they went in because of rain, I still had to go in. And one day I was on my way from Pigeon Forge to Knoxville, and the devil was on me. It was raining, nasty outside. He said, Jesse, the devil just said, Jesse, why are you working so hard at your sobriety? Why are you trying so hard at the program? You try harder than anybody else. And every time I'd get to the where we worked at, I'd read my devotional. That morning, there's a verse that come across that said, Colossians 3:23 and 24. No matter what you do, no matter what the task may be, do it from your heart. It says, doing it for God and not man. Knowing this, you'll receive an inheritance from heaven. And God said, that's why you're doing it. Why are you complaining? You're doing it for me. You ain't doing it for everybody watching you. You're doing it to please me. From that point, I tried to do everything I do. I tried to keep in my mind, I'm doing it for God. I don't care what my supervisor said. I graduated True Purpose May the 24th, 2021. I stayed 6 more months after that to get I got my Bud Beyond. I got my Bud Beyond November the 6th, 2021. Dan posted on Facebook, now accepting applications for JCAP House Director. And all I posted back was, what's the qualifications? And I know it's God because I'm the only one that replied back for the job. Nobody else applied for the job. That's why I know God God had that job for me. I moved to JCAP, made the November the 20th of 2021. Started out as house leader. We started out with 1 band, 1 house, and 7 guys in the program. I've done it for a while. We bought the building at Mulberry. After a while, Jeremy promoted me to assistant program director. And about a year ago, I got promoted to the program director. We started out with 7 men. Right now, we have 49 men in the program. That's including the guys in the jail. We have 3 houses. We started with 1 van. Now we've got 3 small vans, a big van, a truck, and a car. And you can't tell me God can't do it. Let me tell you some of the ways the Lord's blessed me. That song, Old Man's Dead. My old man died 5 years ago. After 30 years of addiction, my old man died May the 20th of 2020. I'm 5 years clean now because of God. One of my best friends that I had whenever I was in addiction, that he came into the program. I got to be with him whenever he gave his life over to the Lord. I got to help baptize him. I was his best man. Now I'm his son's godfather. I've got all 3 of my kids back in my life. After 8 years of not seeing my son, I've got my youngest son back in my life. I've got my daughter back in my life. I've got my oldest son back in my life. Y'all remember me talking about being in a foster home? The second foster home I was in, I was just dumb. But the woman that ran, my foster mother, was probably the best influence on my life. That's back whenever I'm 17. I'm 49-year-old, and now my foster mother's sitting there in the back watching me do my testimony today. She's back in my life. I never thought in a million years that I would go to court with men and speak for men. I've never thought that I had judges and DA's phone numbers in my phone. One thing I like to do every time before I end my testimony, if the people that I used to run with or do jail time with or get high with, if anybody in here I used to run with, can you please stand up? Don't tell me God can't do it. I was watching a pastor talking one time. A woman come up to him and said, asked the pastor, so, well, how far is too far broken? The pastor picked up a handful of dirt and he crumbled it like this. He said, the God I serve made man out of that. You're never too far broken. If you don't think God can fix you, hey Ryan, will you pull up that picture? God made that man into the man I am today. If God can make that man, heal that man's heart, I didn't want to live no more. 2 days after that picture was taken, I was put on suicide watch. I just was done with life. I did not want to live no more. And now I'm program director over at JCAP. I've got a wonderful church, Celebrate Recovery family, a wonderful True Purpose family, a wonderful Faith, Hope, and Love family. My biggest fear whenever I left True Purpose wasn't working with other men in addiction. It was leaving my church family. But from the time I come through that door the first time to Faith, Hope, and Love, there's more love in this church than big churches got thousands of people. I always joke with people, if you don't like being touched, you're hit if you come to this church because you're going to get hugged about 10 times before you sit down. We got 3 of the best greeters and most loving greeters you could ever meet. Here in a second, we're going to play an invitation. And I want to do something a little different than what we usually do. There's a lot of prayer warriors here. If you've got a burden you want somebody to pray with you with, come get us and talk to us about it. Because it says in the Bible, where 2 or more are gathered or 2 or more praying on something,